Alright, so we're right here in my car and it doesn't want to turn on. We just put a new battery, so we think it's the starter. Fuck, I can't flip. So I'm gonna try to turn it on. And nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna try to fix it so we can turn it on. Okay, to get to the starter of this BMW, it's under the filter, and this leads air to the filter. And we need to take out the charge pipe, I think so. So yeah, and this thing. So let's get to it. We're gonna take this part off. So we're gonna start by unclipping this. Simple, just pulling it. Be careful because it can break. And then we have this hose. So you just, that thing just slides off. Like that. That one's off. This one's. So I'm gonna try to remove this first. This cabin, with the cabin filter, to see if I can take it off afterwards. And right here we got 8mm socket. We can remove this one. There's two right here, two on the side, and remove some plastic that holds it in. So yeah, and these wires, be careful with them. You don't want them to rip. Over here too. So yeah, let's get to it. And when tightening it back, you should be careful because if you tighten too much, it could cause a little plastic to rip. All right, so we managed to get the cabin filter out. So my next steps would be to remove this and then the filter. So yeah. All right, to remove this thing, we're gonna need T20, and we're gonna screw two screws right here, one here, one here. And then for this, it's just like a couple of clamps that hold it in place. Then once we remove this, we can remove this. And the filter has a, take out the vacuum hose. Squishing the sides and it comes off. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, so I managed to get the little intake out and the filter. But I just noticed that we had to take off from the intake to the turbos. So we'll need flathead here and a flathead back here. So yeah. Okay, so once loosened, you should be able to just squeeze these back out from under the filter. Fuck. I'll try the back one. Let's just remove these little tubes that come from the manifold. Twisting it. Okay, so because I twisted it, it's loose. Those are gems. Okay, comes out. And there's the issue too. It's in process. Old card, real dusty, real dirty. Okay, let's see if we can remove these now. Yeah, it's much easier. Then we got these tubes out. And the charge pipe. Wait, wrong. There you go. It's off now. So now to take out the filter. As you can see, it has some parts where it holds it, and there's another one in the center. So you just have to pull with force, and it should come off. So I got the filter out, and I cannot see the starter yet. But to be honest, I don't know how it looks like, so I might just have to Google it. But I'm pretty sure it's right there, that little chrome thing that you can see. think it's that one. So I might have to take out the manifold, which is this. I don't want to, but we'll just have to see. Right here that you see with the silver tab, it's that one. No, and supposedly if you hit it, it should start working again, but I don't know what to believe. So I'm gonna try to remove the charge pipe and see if I can get a more hand space to hit it without having to remove the manifold. But I might just have to remove the manifold because it's all fucking dirty everywhere, dusty, oily. I mean, look at that. Yeah, so I might do that. We have to hit the starter and fix it, but I think we might end up just getting a new one. So in order for that, I need to remove the charge pipe. C-clip right here. You just put a flathead here or the picks and pull it out, and you'll need to remove this probably with like a T20 probably, and you loosen this up so you can pull it out together with the charge pipe. And there's a T-map here, so we should be able to unscrew it or unclip it. So yeah, I'll probably try to do that. Okay guys, I managed to take out the charge pipe right here. That's lubrication, I think. Charge pipe from here to here. Took up C-clamp and the T-map sensor with some with the T20, and I used the T27 for the little screw that was here. And as you can tell, hands are pretty dirty. So we've managed to get some hits on the starter. We might end up getting a new one because it's looking like might need a new one. So I'm gonna start removing the manifold, and hopefully nothing goes wrong with that. So yeah, let's go. Time to remove the manifold. I'm using a 17/16 socket. 17/16, and the throttle body, which is this right here. I have so far removed this tube right here. You just squeeze the little grip parts and you pull, and there is another sensor connected to it. I do not yet know how to take it off, but I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. So yeah, manifold coming off, so we can get to the starter and we'll start removing the starter and go get a new one. So after day one, we've taken out the filter, manifold. Manifold is kind of struggle. First it has a couple nuts here. Let me count them up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it has one screw. So 6 nuts and 1 screw, so 7 in total. And then greasy ass engine. So that's the engine, and our starter's there, and has a couple bolts that we'd take out. First this one, it's like a star shaped, and then the one back here, which is gonna give us a little bit of hustle because the angle it comes at, it's hard to take off, and this intake that leads to the turbo is kind of in the way. And I don't have a tool that is angular enough to remove it, so we'll try our best and to remove the starter so we can get a new one. So yeah. All right, so it's like 8, almost dark. So I went AutoZone, bought this wrench, and we can adjust the angle so we can get into the back. And so we were struggling for like 30 minutes, and I never realized that I had the star shape socket until I found out on Google that I did have it. It was just called E12, and then I found it, so I should be able to get it off. Just one problem, I have this headlamp that was working like 5 seconds ago, but now it doesn't want to turn on, so I might have to use my phone. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so it's day 3. Last night I was able to get off the starter, and so last night I said E12, but it was actually E14, and it fits perfectly. And for the small screw, the one that is pointing in towards the car, you're gonna want to twist left. So righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? And for the long one, the one that's behind, the one that points towards the center of the car, or where the head is in the center of the car, you're actually gonna want to rotate it to the right to loosen it up. So it's opposite, because the nut is facing this way. So, and my plan for today is to clean this little, where the manifold is at. Where the manifold is connected to the engine. Clean it with a towel and some Windex. I'm gonna spray Windex onto the towel and wipe down the dust and grime and oil, whatever is on it. And then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna put all the parts back except for the starter. So the starter, I'm gonna go to AutoZone right now and turn this one in, because they have like a recycling fee where they recycle it for you, and you don't have to pay that recycling fee they got. So basically they recycle this starter, and they like remanufacture like the whole starter, so they can resell it later on to other people that need it. So yeah, that's the plan. And then I'm gonna put everything back together, but not putting on the bolts and the screws and the nuts, just to see if I have any cables missing. Well, not to see if I have any cables missing, to make sure I like connect all the cables and I know where they go, just, you know, not to waste time while I wait for the starter to get here from where they order it. So that's today's plan. Alright, so part got here, so it's time to assemble the fucking starter. Let's get it.
Are you gonna record?
Record what? I don't know what you want. ¿No tiene ya está bien? Ya. Ya. Y tal vez se descargó ahí.
¿Se descargó el tío?
No mames, ahora 5 minutos.
Le dije a tu tío, dale el cargador. ¿Y por qué no hablaste para el cargador? Para que la cargara con nada. ¿Y cómo se va a ir? Pues ya no.
Finally finished everything. Took like 3 hours to assemble everything back. A lot of messing with wires, making sure everything was connected properly. And yeah, so that's about it. And just connected the battery back. So we're gonna turn it on to see if it works. Yep. Honestly, kinda happy.